Holy mother of tech. Guys, look what do we have over here. You people have no idea since how long I've been eagerly waiting to get my hands on one of these. Now this is like the ultimate gaming GPU you can ever buy right now in 2026, guys. This is like the ultimate boss level stuff I'm talking about. It's like a dream for all the gaming nerds out there. Now this is the RTX 5090. You know what, guys? It literally costs around like 4.5 lakh rupees in the Indian market, and people usually buy cars in this price segment. I went ahead and bought an RTX 5090. Now imagine the kind of excitement I have over here. Now the model we have right now is from Inno3D. This is the GeForce RTX 5090 X3 OC variant of the card, and packs like crazy level of tech and hardware on board, guys. As I've told you, pinnacle of all gaming GPUs is what I can say. Now you might feel like, hey Vimal, you're kind of exaggerating now, but honestly this deserves it, guys. I mean, there is nothing above this. No matter what sort of AAA game you play on it, either it be 1440p or even 4K, that too with ray tracing. What ray tracing? This can even handle like path tracing as well. You are going to get like absolutely phenomenal gaming results, guys. So today in this video, I'll be using this GPU to upgrade my personal gaming PC setup, and then we're gonna do some benchmarks and check out what sort of numbers, FPS and results we're going to get. I'm like super excited, guys. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with the video. Now honestly, there is nothing much to unbox over here. In the package you only get the GPU, paperwork and a power supply cable, right? So I won't be going through all of that. I'll directly give you a closer look at the GPU and start off with the whole design, build quality part, and then we'll talk about the hardware specs and configuration. So there you go, boys. Inno3D's GeForce RTX 5090 X3 OC edition GPU. Initial impressions, the first thing I can say about this GPU is it's a Godzilla class GPU, guys. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It is massive. Behemoth level is what I can say. Very clean and modern looking design. Obviously this is the X3 series, right? So we've already seen the 5070 Ti and even 5080 as well from the X3 lineup, and has a very similar sort of design, guys. Only thing is size is slightly a bit larger. This is a triple fan GPU. You're getting 10mm scythe fan blades on the front along with an integrated large vapor chamber for efficient heat dissipation. If you ask about the build quality, right? Excellent build quality. Very solid and definitely feels quite durable when you hold it. Looks like the body is a mix between metal and polycarbonate. Have a look at the side profile as well. Definitely chunky GPU. The width of this GPU is roughly around 60mm. That makes it a 3-slot design. So make sure you're having a large cabinet, guys, because if you're using a small form factor case or something like that, this might not fit in your PC. Have a look at the back profile as well. The GPU comes with a beautiful metal backplate along with some cutouts for air circulation, basically to keep it running cool. And at the back side you can check out all the IO connectivity ports. You're getting 4 IO interface ports, 3 of them are DP ports, and lastly there's also one HDMI 2.1 port available as well. So that's it, our complete overview on the design, build quality part. And wait a second, have I told you the Inno3D logo that you've seen over here is also white LED backlit illuminated? And that is pretty much it, complete overview on the design. What I'll do is I'll give you like a closer look and talk about the whole hardware specs and configuration. Now you people know, right, RTX 50 series is not something new. We've already seen multiple variants of GPUs from Inno3D itself. So this RTX 5090 is also based on Nvidia's Blackwell architecture, features their 5th gen tensor cores. You're also getting brand new streaming multiprocessors and obviously 4th gen improved ray tracing cores. Keeping that aside, right, if you ask about the CUDA cores, well, this is a behemoth class GPU, guys. So obviously you are going to get some crazy next level hardware over here. On board you're getting 21,760 CUDA cores, and the base clock frequency of this particular model is 2017 MHz and comes with a boost clock frequency of up to 2452 MHz. Talking about the VRAM, on board you're getting 32 gigs of GDDR7 memory, that too with a memory speed of up to 28 Gbps, and comes with 512-bit memory bus width. And if you ask about the whole TGP rate, well, obviously RTX 5090 has a rated TGP of around 575 watt. Now the brand says that the minimum power supply requirements for this would be 1000 watt, and that is what exactly I'll be using in today's video only, guys. So that was about the hardware spec and all the details. And before we directly get to the benchmarks and check out the gaming performance, benchmarks, results and all of that, right, first of all let me talk about the test bench setup I'll be using today for the GPU. Now obviously RTX 5090 is like top level, flagship level stuff, right? There was no way I'll be compromising on the other components. That is the reason I'll be using one of the most powerful CPU I have right now in my arsenal, and that is the Ryzen 9 9950X, guys. And that is also like a monster CPU having like 16 cores, 32 threads with a max turbo clock up to 5.7 gigahertz. For the RAM and memory configuration, right, I'll try to use like a 48 GB of memory kit from Kingston. That too, their Fury Renegade series, guys, clocked at 7200 MT per second. And lastly, I'll try to go with like a 2 TB PCI Gen 5 SSD. So this is a whole test bench, basically my own personal PC configuration only, guys. In fact, I've made a video also on this long back. So I'm basically upgrading a GPU on my personal PC setup with a brand new RTX 5090. Now let's get into the benchmarks and gameplay. So starting off the benchmarks with one of my favorites, Spider-Man 2. Now you people know, right, Spider-Man 2 is a very graphic intensive game, definitely puts a lot of load not only on the GPU but even on the CPU as well. So in this first particular clip, we're playing the game at 4K very high graphics preset and no NVIDIA technologies, guys, no ray tracing, no DLSS, no frame generation enabled. I want to show you the raw rasterization, basically pure performance potential of the RTX 5090. What can you expect over here? Just sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, and I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Oh wow, are you people looking at the results? Absolutely freaking good gameplay, right? I mean, look at this, buttery smooth movements at 4K resolution, very high graphics preset. Even without any sort of upscaling or frame generation, we were getting around like 85 to 90 FPS on an average, guys, and sometimes even goes up to like 100 plus FPS also. But now let's actually put the GPU to a test. Let's actually enable only ray tracing without any sort of upscaling technologies or frame generation and see if the 5090 can actually handle ray tracing at 4K resolution, very high graphics. There you go, enable ray tracing, and that too set at very high preset, guys. And I haven't used any sort of upscaling technologies because I want to show you what sort of potential, what sort of performance you can expect on the 5090. And bam, okay, not bad. I mean, look at this, guys. Even with ray tracing set to very high enabled at 4K resolution, very high graphics preset, we were still getting like consistent and smooth results over 60 FPS only, roughly around like 60-65 FPS in your natural city sort of scenario. That is where the RTX 5090 shines. But wait until you actually check out the real potential. Simply going to the settings and enabling upscaling technologies like DLSS and multi-frame generation enabled, right? It's gonna bring a big impact. I mean, look at this. Where was the previous results, and now check out the frame rate. Straight more than double improvement, guys. Now we were getting around like 120 to 125 FPS and the whole gameplay feels very smooth, like Muska sort of experience, guys. And all of this at 4K very high, even with ray tracing enabled. Now that is the kind of result you can expect over here. So not just Spider-Man, I've also played a couple of other AAA titles as well. In fact, a lot of people have requested me to add Resident Evil to the whole benchmarking list, and that is what we'll be doing right now. So guys, I've booted up Resident Evil Requiem, and in fact this is one of my favorite horror survival game I've been playing in the recent times, and honestly I've been enjoying a lot. So this game also we'll be playing at 4K resolution only at very high graphics preset. So what I'll be doing is I'll play the game once with ray tracing set to very high, and in the next clip we'll also try out path tracing mode and see how it handles it. Now path tracing is very graphic intensive and puts a lot of load on the GPU hardware, guys, and normally your regular mid-range GPUs cannot even handle it. I mean, you cannot play with a smooth and consistent results with path tracing enabled. Right now in this first particular clip, as I've told you, we're playing the game at 4K resolution, very high graphics preset. Ray tracing is also enabled, set to like high settings, and DLSS and multi-frame generation has been toggled and set to 3x mode. With these sort of settings, the game was running over 300 FPS, guys, roughly around like 330, 350 FPS on an average. What kind of sorcery is this? This is an ultimate dream come true for all the gamers out there, guys. I mean, who wouldn't want to play games at such high frame rate? Buttery smooth experience is what I can say. No lag, no stutters, nothing like that. Even at 4K very high resolution. Now I'm very curious to enable path tracing from the settings. So let me just quickly head over to the game settings, enable path tracing, and remaining all I'll leave it just as before. 4K resolution, graphics also set to maximum, DLSS and multi-frame generation also enabled, because obviously path tracing is quite taxing, and without DLSS and MFG you're not gonna get like smooth triple digit FPS. Oh my god, path tracing has unlocked like a new level of graphics quality in the game, guys. I mean, check out the whole gameplay. Looks absolutely beautiful, right? The major difference you might notice over here is, look at the sun rays, the shadows and the ambient occlusion as well, guys. The global illumination is on a whole new level. I mean, if you compare the previous clip and this new path traced gameplay clip side by side, right? Night and day difference. Path tracing makes the game feel very realistic, guys. I mean, obviously sun rays look more natural and the game feels a lot more lifelike is what I can say. But at the end, as I've told you, path tracing is quite taxing and puts a lot of load on the hardware. That is the reason previously we were getting around like 300-350 FPS, right? But now the performance has dropped a bit. Now we're only getting around like 170 to 180 FPS. But hey, that is still quite acceptable. I mean, yes, you are getting like triple digit FPS only, right? Game definitely feels smooth. I didn't face any sorts of lag, stutters, nothing like that. Even with the path tracing enabled, right, it was very well playable and you were getting like beautiful results on the go. We're almost coming to an end, so let me also tell you about the GPU thermal situation and fan noise as well. Now this is a triple fan GPU, right? On board you're getting 10 mm scythe fan blades paired with a large vapor chamber as well to efficiently dissipate heat and keep the temperatures down. And if you ask about the fan noise was actually well under control is what I can say. Even when I was doing like heavy gaming or even like under stress loads as well, right, I didn't face much of fan noise, so that was not an issue at all. And if you ask about the thermals, have a look at the top left corner. Here you can check out the CPU, GPU, complete PC stats and look at the thermals, guys. As I've told you, I've been testing this card for the last couple of days, played variety of AAA games at 4K resolution, even with ray tracing set to high, and you know, even after like 30-40 minutes of gaming sessions also, the GPU is roughly fluctuating around like 70-72 degrees centigrade. And one more thing I do have to add in over here regarding the testing is, the GPU was being tested in a normal room temperature sort of scenario, no air conditioning, nothing like that, and that too in like peak summer situation in Hyderabad area. Hyderabad is well known for its high temperatures, so that might have slightly influenced the GPU temperatures. But in regular situations, I think the GPU should be able to operate at around 65 degrees centigrade. Based on my experience, I think the temperatures are quite acceptable, well within the range considering all the ambient situations as well. And I do have to say, Inno3D has definitely done a good job with the whole design and cooling solution. So guys, you know what? I'm actually planning a special gaming PC build using this RTX 5090. We are going to build like one of the most powerful gaming PC build you might have ever seen on the channel. So definitely stay tuned. I'm trying to gather all the other components as well. So it might take a little bit of time, but definitely stay tuned. End result is going to be worth it. Lastly, coming to the pricing details. Now you people are already quite familiar with the whole GPU market, right? And right now, Inno3D's RTX 5090, the X3 OC edition GPU, is roughly going to be priced at around like 4.3 lakh rupees in the Indian market. I'll try to leave a link to that in the description box below. You can check it out there. And that is pretty much it, boys. Time to wrap it up. If you all enjoyed watching this video and got all the information you were looking for, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.